I shot this video back in January. This is not a new video, it's just that it's new going up. I went around to a bunch of coin machines to count up my change for me, and I was going to deposit it in the bank. Well, surprisingly, that's going to sound terrible to say, 3 different locations, all 3 of the coin machines were down at the same time. I was so upset when I got to the 3rd one. I was really complaining a lot, and someone said to me, you know, you can go to Arrowhead Bank, or credit union, I guess I should say, and they will count your change for free. They will, I said. I didn't know that. I could not believe that I had an account at Arrowhead Credit Union, and I didn't even know they offered that service. And I had them for several years. It wasn't like I just got there. Well, then I went over to their location and found out they had moved. Oh my gosh, I'm really getting behind on everything. They moved down to Riverside Avenue, 1432 Riverside, and it's in a new shopping center and a new location and beautiful. They have it set up so professional now, and everything was great. And there was the change machine, just like they was told, and I was able to dump my change in there. And I did not have to pay anything to do this. So I'm saving at least $6 or $7 every time I dump my change in. So even though it's not a lot of money, it's still money that we would have in our pocket, not the coin machine. So I am never going again to the coin machines. I will always take it to Arrowhead. Why am I going to pay $6 or $7 when they have a machine that will count the change? Why most banks don't do that is beyond me. Now, of course, I did deposit all that money that I got, and it was a pretty little penny. So I have a nice little account to share with you today what I put in. And we're going to be talking more about this. Look at all the coins I had. I had a lot. It was $119.97. That's pretty good just for some pocket change. Now, that wasn't just for 1 month. That was probably for 2 or 3 months worth of pocket change. So from now on, you probably are only going to see about $30 or $40, maybe $50 at the most a month. But it was enough to have that account open and ready to go. And we'll add up all the pocket change at the end of the year, and you can see. This is the pocket change that we had in January. And it went into that account, and that's where that money went. I didn't spend it. I didn't do anything but deposit it in that account. So one account has $119.97 right off the bat. That makes me feel so good, and that is just pocket change. And we're going to be showing a few other savings accounts that are going to be small amounts of money, but over the year you're going to see they can add up. So don't worry about it. Throw that extra change every night when you get home in a bucket or a jar or a plastic trash bag, or I shouldn't trash bag, but like a sandwich bag or something. And you could take it to the bank every month, and you'll be surprised at the end of the year, you're going to have a few $100s or more. Now, I realize some people only use cards. I do not do that. I have no willpower at all. I have no business having a credit card or any card of any kind. I don't even use a debit card because I can't control myself. Now, while I was there, I did find something else out. They had a CD account. It's only for 5 months. It's a promotion. And this is the day they opened that branch. So that I don't know if that was for the reason or not. They were paying 4% interest. You had to have a minimum of $1,000. Well, when I realized that, I moved some money over there and put it in the account. Now I'm getting 4%. It's hard for me to want to lock up money when it may only be a couple, like a 0.5% or even 1%. But 4%, I don't mind locking up some money. And 5 months is not really that long. If it had been a year or a year and a half, I would have done that too. But since it was only good for that amount of time, that's why I did it. But you got to start thinking of where you can add a little bit more savings. And this is a little bit more. It's over 3% more because I got this special certificate. So you need to get out there and start checking with the banks, and I need to do it too, to see what the other banks are paying. I just happened to see this, so I jumped on top of this one. But I'm sure in the future I can find some other banks that are going to be paying as much, maybe even more. And we need to start thinking about it. Things are getting harder and harder, and we need to be able to get as much money saved and get as high as interest as we possibly can get. So think about it, guys. There's lots of different promotions out there right now. Some of them are very limited, like this one, only for 5 months. But hey, that's 5 months that I'm getting 4%. So think about it. I know I have a lot of savings channels that I'm watching, and I don't know how many of them worry about this kind of stuff or not. Grandma has all her bills paid off. I have no credit card debt. I have no car payment. I have nothing except living expense bills. And I'm trying really hard to make sure that I'm putting my money that maybe would go for a car payment or some other big expense into a savings account for if I need something in the future, I have the money to pay for it without charging it. I had my refrigerator go out about 2 years ago. That's an expensive thing to replace. Do you know, I had the money in the bank. I went and paid cash for it. And I didn't put anything. It hurt me to take the money out of the bank. It really does. But you know something? It felt good that I didn't have to make a bill. It made me feel good that I have managed to pay cash as I go for everything. I have a lot of dental work that needs to be done. I don't know if it's ever going to get done. But I'm saving money for that dental work, and we'll get one tooth done every year. And I'm not going into debt. I'm not going to leave. I don't know how long I'm going to live. I'm not going to leave a big debt for my husband to worry about or my family. I'm just working as we go. We pay as we go. And that is a really good way to think about it. I don't even use a credit card for anything. If I need to buy something, like online, I give the cash to my grandchildren and they just buy it with their credit card. And I paid it for it when I ordered it, so I still didn't get any debt. I believe that you have to pay as you go. We are heading into really bad times, guys, and we need to start thinking of our income, how we're going to live. And if you're getting ready for Social Security, I really say you better get busy because you can. I mean, I've been on Social Security now. I don't know, what is that? 12, 10, about 14, 15 years now. And you cannot save enough money up. I don't care what they ask, if you got $1 million in the bank, because everything keeps going up. My utilities have went up. My food has went up. The gas is ridiculous.